Hey guys, this is a really quick thought from a great and shocking verse in Matthew 18 that I've stumbled upon reading this morning. It goes like this: Woe to the world for temptations to sin, for it is necessary that temptations come, but woe to the one by whom the temptation comes. It hit me this morning. Jesus says it's necessary that temptations come. He doesn't say why, but I take Jesus at his word. When, in his perspective, temptation to sin is a necessary part of this life. If you are feeling tempted by anything today, take heart and be encouraged. Jesus understands. It says in Hebrews that we have a high priest who is not aloof and can't understand us, but having lived a human life and having been tempted in every way, did not sin. He will be able to strengthen us. So take heart today if you feel tempted to sin. Jesus is a high priest who's gone before you, and he has known your temptation. Trust him, look to him. And we look to him today and he says it's necessary. So I take that to mean my idea is that in Jesus' hands, temptation can be a good thing. In itself, we never want to sin, obviously. But in Jesus' hands, he can take the temptation and use it to grow us. Here's what Jesus says about temptation. It is better for you to enter life crippled or lame than with 2 hands or 2 feet to be thrown into eternal fire. Right? He gives us a little advice as well of what to do with temptation. And if your hand or your foot causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. Jesus says, be radical with temptation and sin when you're fighting it. The illustration that comes to mind is, 2 things. One, porn. I know for a lot of young guys, porn is a major temptation. I had my own addiction to porn as a teenager too. And one of the things that I learned is that I can't leave anything to chance. So now every day, I haven't watched porn for years, and Jesus has been so good, set me free from that, and helped me build good habits and a life free from all the evils of porn. And one of the things that I learned was to not bring electronic devices into my bedroom, especially late at night. And that was at one point costly because as a teenager, you connect with your friends all the time just by messaging them. And not having your phone in your bedroom late at night meant I just couldn't talk to my friends. But that was the cost for me to fight and beat temptation. I encourage you today, heed Jesus' advice. Take radical steps to do something to flee from temptation. For Jesus says this: it is better for you to enter life, crippled or lame, than with 2 hands or 2 feet to be thrown into eternal fire. I'd rather have found other ways to contact my friends and enjoy life to the full that Jesus promises us, than to have enjoyed talking with friends for during that season, but have fallen into a deeper pattern of sin. And one interesting thought to finish that I hope will encourage you: it is better for you to enter life. Isn't that interesting? Jesus says, why am I teaching you? Where am I leading you? Life in its fullness. Saying no to temptation and yes to Jesus' command always leads us into more life. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that. And often that's how temptation wins. It tells you a lie. It sells you a lie that giving into your temptation will be better than obeying Jesus. That is never true. Following Jesus is the best decision you can ever make. And choosing to obey his commands, no matter how costly, will always lead you into more life. Because that's just who Jesus is. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I have come that they may have life and life to the full, says Jesus. But the enemy comes that only to steal, kill, and destroy. Choose life today. Choose Jesus. Be blessed. Bye.